This play was good enough for us, Harry. It was Romeo and Juliet. I must admit that I was rather annoyed at the idea of Shakespeare being done in so wretched a place as this. Still, I felt interested in a sort of way. At any rate, I determined to wait for the first act. It was a dreadful orchestra, presided over by a young Hebrew who sat at a cracked piano and nearly drove me away. But at last the drop scene was drawn up and the play began. Romeo was a stout, elderly gentleman with corked eyebrows, a husky tragedy voice, and a figure like a beer barrel. Mercutio was almost as bad. He was played by a low comedian who introduced gags of his own and was on friendly terms with the pit. They were both as grotesque as the scenery, and that looked as if it had come from a country booth. Juliet. Harry. Imagine a girl, hardly 17 years of age, with a little flower-like face, a small Greek head, plaited coils of dark brown hair, eyes that were violet wells of passion, lips that were like the petals of a rose. She was the loveliest thing I'd ever seen in my life. You said to me once that pathos left you unmoved, but that beauty, mere beauty, could fill your eyes with tears. I tell you, Harry, I could hardly see this girl for the mist of tears that came across me. And her voice, I never heard such a voice. It was very low at first, with deep, mellow notes that seemed to fall singly upon one's ear. And it became a little louder and sounded like a flute or a distant harmonics. And the garden scene that had all the tremulous ecstasy that one hears just before dawn when the nightingales are singing. There were moments later on when it had all the wild passion of violets. You know how a voice can stir one. Your voice and the voice of Sybil Vane are two things that I know I shall never forget. When I close my eyes, I hear them. And each one of them is saying something different. I don't know which one to follow. Why should I not love her? Harry, I do love her. She is everything to me in life. Night after night I go to see her play. One evening she is Rosalind, the next evening she is Imogen. I have seen her die in the gloom of an Italian tomb, sucking at the poison of a lover's lips. I've watched her wandering through the forest of Arden, disguised as a pretty boy in hose and doublet and dainty cap. She has been mad and has come into the presence of a guilty king and given him rue to wear and bitter herbs to taste of. She has been innocent, and the black hands of jealousy have crushed her reed-like throat. I've seen her in every age and in every costume. Ordinary women never appeal to one's imagination. They are limited to their century. No glamour ever transfigures them. one knows their minds as easily as one knows their bonnets. One can always find them. There's no mystery in any of them. They ride in the park in the mornings and chatter at tea parties in the afternoon. They have their stereotyped smile and their fashionable manner. They're quite obvious. But an actress, how different an actress is. Harry, why didn't you tell me that the only thing worth loving is an actress?